Oh, we about to have some fun today. Oh, we gonna have some fun today. Oh, it get wicked. Oh, it get wicked. Hey, yo, buddy, sing it with me. I said, it get wicked.
You know, keeping it real.
Is my shit reconnected? Is it reconnected? Alright. Wait, no. I need the original. It get wicked original meme. Yup. You get wicked.
I heard catching bodies who might be like, what you saying? On script about the streets and I'm practicing like who you playing. I feel like with my nigga that say about what we had. Ain't gonna take none of your charge, my nigga, like what you saying,
She get wicked.
Treating me dirty, but she end up keeping it real. The jewelry that time and got out and caught him with deal. The jack gave me that time and I swear you went down the heat. I heard them boy they slime on the woman, they catch you sleeping. See my parts one this song.
Okay, y'all get the point. It's wicked. And some of y'all might be sitting there like, yo, what is Big Bro talking about? What's wicked? No. I'm in my mood. We need it. Look what pop up on the screen when I open up my browser. We need the music. Now, if you're watching a video version of this, you already know why I'm on bad timing. Why I'm happy right now. But for those y'all watching the stream, you about to find out right now. If you ain't peeped the category that I'm streaming in, read the screen. Wait, I forgot. XDefiant fans are an extension of dumbass Call of Duty fans. And not only can they not read, even if they could, they would be too lazy to. So let me read what this official Dexterito article is telling you. Quote, official quotes from Dexterito. XDefiant is shutting down. Servers will close, meaning the game won't be playable. Meaning, if you ever go to that XDefiant EXE, you ever go to that XDefiant tile on your PlayStation, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go into the game, it's gonna boot up, servers offline. You ain't even gonna be able to play this game. I've been told y'all a long time ago. Y'all gonna start thinking I'm clairvoyant. Y'all so stupid. Y'all might actually start thinking I'm clairvoyant. Bro, I told y'all long in time ago that XDefiant was going to fail. Everybody said, yo, why you praying on their downfall? Nah, you just a hater. All my friends that was playing XDefiant, y'all said this game was the greatest shit ever. What happened? Also, Ubisoft, didn't y'all tell us y'all weren't shutting this game down? Y'all said this game was profitable. Y'all said that all y'all had to do was follow the damn train, CJ, fix up a couple of the issues in the game, and then y'all be good. I said I'm calling cap on that, because once you release a game and it comes out and it's shitty, most people will never give a game a second chance. Even if it's like a Division and the game turns around and becomes better later on, niggas is not giving none of these games a second chance. It's too many people. This is not 2015 no more. People who like games aren't like, all the people who like games aren't people who are sitting here all day, every day, looking at gaming articles and blogs all day. So if you release a game once and it's ass at launch, No matter how much you fix that game and turn it around, for the rest of history, that game will be seen as shit. Cyberpunk won't do anything bad to your computer anymore. How many people do you know that seriously don't want to take the chance of running Cyberpunk because it had one of the worst launches of all time of all games? People are not giving games second chances. It is really hard to get a first chance in the first place because so many people are stuck playing Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, that if you fuck up the first time, first off, you don't even have to fuck up. You could just not grab their attention properly and they go, you know what, this isn't a bad game. I just don't want to play it. I'd rather play this. And you're cooked. But on top of that, not only did they release a game that had a shitty premise, because let me explain to you why I don't like this game. Come here. Come here. 1 second, y'all. Dog. Come here. Come here. Buddy. I'm done jumping around. Thank you. Let me explain to you why I knew this game from jump and why I said this game from jump wasn't going to succeed in case you weren't here or, you know, you just tried to give yourself amnesia. When this game came out, before this game came out, I mean, the first thing they said about this game is that this game is bringing back the old days of Call of Duty. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have like recently went back and played older Call of Duties, but Call of Duty games, the reason why there's 1,500 Call of Duty games is because Call of Duty is a game that innovates for its time. Call of Duty is not introducing new crazy game industry shaking mechanics anymore. They're repeating the same formula. The last time they did that was Omni Movement, and the last time they did that before that, I can't remember. Because remember, a lot of y'all, including me, had fun playing Black Ops 3. We loved it. They didn't add any innovating mechanics in there. All the mechanics in Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, all that, guess what? Those were mechanics that came from other different franchises. So nothing that they had there was revolutionary for the gaming scene as a whole. It was revolutionary for Call of Duty. Call of Duty never had those features, so Call of Duty adding those features seemed cool. But people who play more than just Call of Duty 2K, that shit wasn't revolutionary. We seen that shit 5 and 6 years before COD did it. And it got popularized in Titanfall, which is like 2-3 years before fucking COD added it. All right, so I say that to say, this game wanted to bring back the old days of Call of Duty. Nobody wants that shit back. The people who say, I want old Call of Duty back, are going to go play old Call of Duty. And modern Call of Duty players don't want to play old Call of Duty. Because the Call of Duty that we're used to, the Call of Duty that you're used to, has so many extra crazy features and things you can do that reverting back to a time where you have half the utility, half the tools, half the features, and your nostalgia-ridden brain, it sounds good, but when you play it, it's not that entertaining. So from the jump, I told niggas, this game is gonna die. Because this game's premise is, we're like Call of Duty 10 years ago. Now, it's this weird thing in the gaming sphere where people swear to God that every game that dropped 10 years ago was great. And it's not even a gaming sphere. It's just in life in general. Everybody swears to God that everything from their era was fucking great, when it's like, no. Every era has stuff that sucks about it. Every era has stuff. Wait, hold up. Gotta restart the music. Every era has stuff that's great about it. And every era has stuff that's bad about it. You get what I'm saying? Because, like, people forget for every Tupac, there's like 20 Vanilla Ices. Like, yeah, he made Ice, Ice, baby. But what other song you heard? Okay? For every Michael Jackson, there's 3,000 Milli Vanillis. It's just the Michael Jacksons are the standouts and not the Milli Vanillis. Most of y'all watching probably don't even know who the hell Milli Vanilli is. Long story short, Milli Vanilli were two singers pretending that were two people pretending that they were great at singing. They weren't. They were lip syncing the whole time, faking it, just walking across the stage going. While people was doing it backstage, they got exposed. People called them frauds and fakers, hated them, and the people who helped them with it, niggas was like, nah, we're not fucking with you either. Even though your singing is great, well, listen to these couple songs, but we don't fuck with you anymore besides that. And they faded into obscurity. Now, ask somebody to name one Michael Jackson song, you'll sooner, like, you're you're not gonna find somebody who can't name one Michael Jackson song. You telling me you never heard of Billie Jean, Thriller? I already done. Everybody's heard of those two songs. So you telling me you never heard of Billie Jean, Thriller, Bad? I forgot what the name of the song is, but the doggone girl is mine. Yeah, she's mine. You telling me you've never heard of fucking We Are the World, Man in the Mirror? Exactly. You know who Michael Jackson is, but you don't know who Milli Vanilli is. XDefiant, this game on your screen, this piece of shit, this fucking floating turd, this is Milli Vanilli. In 10 years, nobody's gonna remember this game, okay? You know why people miss old COD? Because new COD innovated, new COD moved on. This game was made for people who are stuck in an era that they say they want to go back to. They claim, they swear up and down. They go, God, give me this era of time back and my life is yours. But then they get teleported back to that time and realize, oh, we don't have all the modern luxuries that we have now back then. I forgot how much, or I didn't realize how much I depend on these new things compared to back then when I didn't have these new things. Take me back, take me back, take me back to the future. And then they go back to the future and then they start being appreciative. That's what XDefiant is. XDefiant is the ghost of Christmas past. People thought the past was so great, was so fantastic. People swear it was a phenomenal idea. Then we got it and people went, you know, this wasn't a phenomenal idea. Like, it's like that old classic meme. What the heck just fell? Oh, it's like that classic meme of women saying, oh my gosh, I was born in the wrong era. I wish I could go back to the 1950s. No, you don't. No, you don't. Dudes was beating women in the middle of the street in the 1950s and nobody would do anything about it. Matter of fact, they might even start cheering and say, go, put her in line. Do your fucking job, dude. So no, you don't want to go back to those eras. No, you will not have fun. No, you don't like the aesthetics as much as you think you like the aesthetics. Ask somebody from that era what it was like to be in that era and they'll tell you, yeah, there was some good things about it, but there's a lot of bad things about it too. But you know, I want to read about this. I want to read about XDefiant shutting down. I found 2 articles about it because I was just scrolling on Twitter randomly. It was one of those moments where I was waiting for a bunch of stuff in the background on my computer, and I didn't even realize I started scrolling on Twitter. It was a moment of weakness. But I think it was God guiding my finger to these articles to give me some great content, because like, I feel like people love to call me out on stuff and love to say that I'm wrong when I'm not trying to be combative. I just be trying to state facts and people just come at me. So, hey, you come at me, hard dick, semen spitting out at 3,000 PSI. I'm coming harder. XDefiant officially shuts down as Ubisoft announces first-person shooter, the Call of Duty Killers, end date. After weeks of speculation regarding player count and ongoing support, XDefiant is officially on its way into the grave. So XDefiant, for people who had eyesight, XDefiant was already this deep into the grave. There was this doing this, trying to reach, trying to crawl, trying to grip onto some dirt to get them out the grave. But dirt isn't solid. Dirt is loose. So when they try and grip on the dirt, they grab at it and it just gets loose and they just keep falling deeper in the grave, right? That's XDefiant. People who are delusional said, no, XDefiant isn't trying to claw his way out the grave. XDefiant is just really far away from us, so it looks like they're in the grave, but actually it's the curvature of their earth and they're on down the hill. Fuck you talk about the curvature of the earth before. You're a delusional person. You think that the earth is flat. Not a hill. Hills have curves. Hills have curves. Yeah, it's a hill. They're at the bottom of a hill, and we just looking at them over the hill, so we can't see them. Man, shut the fuck up, copium. XDefiant is officially on its way out. Support for Ubisoft's first-person shooter is being tapered off in the coming months. How do you taper off something that never existed in the first place? Shit didn't have support. They released the game, released some DLC content and said, fuck it, we ball. with refunds being offered for any players who purchase premium bundles in the past 30 days. Damn. When did xDefiant release? Hold on. No. In the past 30 days? Look, I can't even find. Look, any other game I search, I bet you if I search Call of Duty, matter of fact, I don't even have to search Call of Duty. I bet you if I search Black Ops 6, a fucking knowledge information panel pops up. Whenever you search the name of a game or part of the name of a game, this is was supposed to pop up. You know why? Because that means the game isn't dead. The game's alive and is well. Okay? I searched for xDefiant. Ubisoft shooter xDefiant shutting down. Major video game company closing downtown San Francisco. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. I gotta look up release date. May 2024. So May of this year. Let's see how many times I gotta press the back button on the calendar above me to get to May. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So May 2024 is somewhere in here. So about 6 to 7 months this game has been out. But if you brought the DLC or whatever the hell for this game and any of the other 6 months where it existed, it's just fuck you. If you brought it in the last 30 days, we got you. I be telling y'all, bro, like, cause like I make jokes about it and I say this stuff with levity, but I really be trying to educate y'all and give y'all some lessons, bro. Stop buying microtransactions in games, period, full stop. But if you're so tempted, if you're so down bad that you have to buy microtransactions in video games, don't do it in video games that disrespect you. Ubisoft are one of the most player hating, and not player hating as in we hate the player, not the game. No, player hating as in they literally hate their players. They hate their consumers the most. Like, they're up there with Nintendo, honestly. But even with Nintendo, I say Nintendo, they hate their players, but they respect their players' pockets. Ubisoft, they don't respect you, your pockets, your time. They don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. That's why this company's fucking flopping left and right. Dropping flop after flop and they not recouping shit. Support for Ubisoft in the past 30 days. New downloads of the game will no longer be available, meaning it's delisted, meaning only players with the game installed can continue grinding if they so choose. Basically, they said you can wane yourself off. We'll give you time to wane yourself off of this game. So if you want to download this game and get addicted, which is not gonna happen because clearly this shit sucks. That's why it's getting shut down. It's not making money. They're not microtransactioning people to death like they thought they could. If you want to wane yourself off of your xDefiant addiction and go to a different game, or wane yourself off of the xDefiant habit of playing and go to a different game, they said we'll give you a couple months to do that. We'll give you a couple months to work your process. But after that, either we can't afford or we don't give a fuck about even pretending to try and afford to keep the servers up, because it costs us more to keep the servers up than it does to take them down. That's why we're taking them down. Hello, according to Mark Rubin. Hello, xDefiant fan. Oh wait, hold up. No. Now that I got my stream deck working finally, after months, hold up, real quick. Y'all need to, where's my clap it up button? Because everything's in a new spot. Now that after weeks of me saying I was gonna fix my damn xDefiant, I ain't fixed xDefiant and neither did they. Hey, badoomts. I need to put that in my meme section. Badoomts. Anyway, nobody fixed this fucking game, and let me read a statement from the #1 man who said this shit would never die. Sorry. I just had an outburst. I'm gonna get it together. Hello, xDefiant fans. I'm unfortunately here today to announce that xDefiant will be shutting down starting today. Oh, not my baby. The 3rd of December 2024. and players registrations will no longer be available. We will still release our season 3 content in the near future. Wait, I don't fucking know. Oh, I'm so discombobulated. Now my baby has expired. No, gone too soon. I was playing drill music for him since he was the age of 3. I gave him his first gun and told him to fight ops at the age of 10. I let him hang outside with no supervision, and I didn't correct him or give him any guidance on what he did. And he died at 18. I don't know how. You know how. You just don't want to admit it. Anyway, we will still release, and the servers will remain active till the 3rd of June 2025. For those who purchase the Ultimate Fathers Pack, you'll receive a full refund. If you're any one of the dumbass if you're any one of our valuable pay picks, if you're a player who's made any purchases within the last 30 days, it'll also be refunded. Sorry, I'm having cramps in my pocket. I'm gonna start floating because none of this money can weigh me down. Because there is none. Those refunds shall happen automatically within 8 weeks of today. And you can find more details on our website. https://support.com. A few years ago. God damn, this nigga wrote a book. A few years ago, Ubisoft and the SF dev team embarked on a bold vision to develop a new arcade shooter called xDefiant. It was from the start an incredible challenge. Not only were we trying to shake up the genre by removing skill-based matchmaking, a necessary feature, while bringing back a more old-school arcade shooter experience. Nigga, it ain't 2010 anymore. Old-school shooter, arcade shooter experience. But we were also driving into the high-risk, high-reward realm of free-to-play. Why the fuck, dude? Why? Nah, real shit. Why the fuck in 2024 are English-speaking media personnel starting off sentences with a capital "and"? Am I the only fucking person on this goddamn planet that knows how a conjunction works? Like, real talk. Am I the only person that knows how a conjunction works? Because, it's starting to feel like it, dog. But anyway, for that, I want to applaud not only the dev team, but also Ubisoft leadership for taking that chance. Free-to-play in particular is a long journey, man. Many free-to-play games take a long time to find their footing and become profitable. It's a long journey that Ubisoft and the teams working on the game were prepared to make until very recently. But unfortunately, the journey became too much to sensibly continue. We had to take it out back. We had to put the big ass 40 to his head. We ain't have nothing smaller, quieter. And we had to bow and break our shoulder, pop our fucking shoulder out, shooting that dog in the back of his head. It's a long journey that Ubisoft and the teams were working on the game. We're prepared to make it so recently. Unfortunately, the journey became too. By the way, again, starting sentences off with conjunctions. What the fuck? Like, I'm not saying you gotta be a goddamn English scholar, but Jesus Christ. Couldn't have nobody proofread this shit? God damn, bro. I am, of course, heartbroken to have to be writing this post. Yes, this game has been a personal passion for years. Yes, I know that not all challenges lead to victory. But why did you put a comma before a conjunction? That's, oh my God. I see why your fucking game failed. But I also want to recognize all of the developers who are being affected by this culture. That's the real sad part. The real sad part of these, and like, sad music off, jokes aside for a second. Yes, I do not like this game. I do not like anything about the concept of xDefiant, it's big fuck this game over here on this side. But one thing I will say that actually is sad is the fact that a lot of these developers have to struggle and suffer because of shitty management. Like, a lot of mismanagement goes on when things like this happen, to like be dead ass for a second. Cause like, from a visionary perspective, this idea was never going to work. And the reason why that's important is because it's not like you're some movie studio or you're like an indie film dude where it's you and a couple of your bros making a game in a basement for fun, and if it fails, fuck it, it fails. Nigga, you're running a multi-million-dollar business. You have to vet your ideas very closely. You can only work on stuff that's going to be profitable. And what is profitable? Things that are fun for everyone involved. That's how games work. If somebody's playing the game and they don't have fun and the game is not for them, okay, you're not our target audience. It's not for you. But if people who are into this genre, into this kind of thing, don't like it, and we don't pick up any other kind of audience, which is what happens, that means all those people that you forced to sleep under their desk in a beanbag for weeks and weeks and weeks, they couldn't go home, see their family. They got 4 kids that they ain't talked to for the last 4 years because they was working on this game just for it to flop, just for it to get shut down, just for it to not get profitable, just to get barely paid for what they were doing. They get promised, and in situations like this, when the studio runs out of money to pay employees, they start selling employees on hopes and dreams and paying them with IOUs. And then when they get to the point like this where they got to shut down the game because it's not profitable, those IOUs never get fulfilled unless either those people are unionized or they join together and force the company to like pay up and go through a civil suit or something like that. But even in those cases, the company has a lot more money than you, so they can fight a lot longer than you can. And also they could shortchange you and settle out of court and be like, look, stop this case right now. I'll give every last one of you $600 and you could go to fuck home. Niggas gotta eat that and take that on the hop. So it's like, look, a lot of the times the real sad part of these stories is the employees, because I don't give a fuck about the corporation. I don't give a fuck about the bigwigs. I give a fuck about the normal, regular people. Really, situations like this, the sad part is for them. Because think about how many people are being displaced from this studio, probably being broken up and dissolved. Anyway, let's go back to crying though. Because this game was doomed to fail from the start, and that's what makes me feel even more sad for these employees. Imagine having to work on a game that you knew was going to come out and be a big ass flop from the beginning. Each and every one of them is a real person with a real life separate from our own. They all have put so much of their passion into making this game. And I hope that they could be yeah, I don't want to read that. I don't want to read that jokingly. And what they achieved is remarkable. The early response from players when xDefiant launched was amazing. We broke internal records for the fastest game to surpass 5 million users, and in the end, we had over 15 million players in our game. Yeah, to go back to what I was saying earlier, a big part of that is, like I said, a lot of people was looking back in the past with nostalgia rose-tinted glasses. A lot of them haven't played that type of game, or a game stripped down of the new, I thought somebody called me. A lot of them either haven't got the chance, or it's been an extremely long time since they've played one of those games with all those stripped down mechanics, missing gameplay mechanics and stuff like that, missing modern accessibility things. Like, a lot of people haven't played those games or haven't played them in a while. So they thought it was going to be nostalgic. They hopped in, played it. And if you get past the fact that the online was laggy, didn't work, get past the fact that you have to boot up the fucking game on console just to sign in, or the fact that if you download it on PC, you have to play through shitty ass Uplay's browser. Once you boot the game up, you're greeted with a login screen. That's not fun. I don't want to make a Ubisoft account. No, I don't want to make a Ubisoft account. I don't like playing Ubisoft games enough for me to give a fuck to set aside 5 minutes to make a Ubisoft account or be barred from the game and not be able to make one automatically with my PlayStation login. No, fuck out of here. So it's like, yo, look, this game was doomed from the start. Like, why would you remove skill-based matchmaking? Like, logistically, what the fuck made that sound like it made sense? And that's another reason why I said this game was gonna fail, because a lot of the people working on this game were like ex Call of Duty pros. And if it's one thing you should learn about Call of Duty pros, it's that, okay, there we go. And if it's one thing you should learn about Call of Duty pros, it's that, like, they play the game in a way that is completely different from how the average person enjoys the game. The way that the average person enjoys the game is different from them because we're playing on two different skill levels. They want the game to be a certain way to accommodate to their extremely high and specific standard versus the majority of people, and this is the same thing I said with Smash. The majority of versus the majority of people who play this game, they're not playing on super MLG try hard mode, so they don't give a fuck about the same things. We just want to play a game that's fun. I just want to be military man, run around with my military man gun and go boom and kill somebody in the game. That's what most people want to do. That's what how most people want to experience their game. Call of Duty pros just don't understand that because they're competitive niggas. So this game was already aiming at an extremely niche market, and on top of aiming at an extremely niche market, they marketed it to instead of marketing to that extremely niche market, they tried to market it as, oh, we're bringing the good old days back. Well, you know what happened in the good old days? Nothing fun. That is something to be extremely proud of, especially consider how tough this genre is. So thank you to all the developers who put their passion into making this game. If there's one thing I hope we can all take away from this experience, it's the importance of open, honest communication between developers and players. That's also another thing. Players and developers of this game basically gaslit each other into thinking that there was nothing wrong with the game, because I remember seeing different people talk about how fucking terrible XDefiant was, or even just look at people talking about XDefiant and they try to brush past the fact that this game has no anti-cheat, and that the anti-cheat in this game, not only was it trash, it was damn near non-existent, but on top of being trash and damn near non-existent, it didn't work. Like, it didn't work. When you played this game, there was often people doing all kinds of weird, wacky stuff. The hit registration in the game just straight up didn't work. That wasn't even a hacking thing. It just didn't work. You could be behind cover and the nigga shoot right here and you just get hit. So hit registry in this game was bad. The guns in this game was bad. The skins and the microtransactions in this game were not only overpriced, they were ugly on top of being overpriced. So this game was fighting through so many L's. This is not like a situation like Concord, where the reason why Concord failed was because a narrative was put out there about the game that Sony never did shit about, because they never marketed the fucking game, so nobody knew it was coming out. So it's not like Firewalk Studios, where they genuinely put out a good game and they just got fucked on the corporate end of it. They just got bent over and diddied all the way by the system because it failed them. This is not a situation like that. XDefiant had the system on its side and still failed. What does that tell you? That this shit sucked, nigga. You can only fail with the system on your side if you suck to an unhelpable degree. And that's what they did. They sucked to an unhelpable degree. Back to crying. This player-first mentality, along with respectful, non-toxic conversations between developers and players, has been one of the standout differences that made XDefiant so special. We all gaslit each other into thinking this game was great when it wasn't. From my very first post about XDefiant, this was the vision I wanted to champion, and I hope it leaves a positive mark on how the game industry treats its players and its communities. One thing I will say is, hey, I gotta clap it up for y'all, man. I really do. I gotta clap it up for y'all, man. Because you and the players of this game were on the same fucking page in terms of trying to gaslight each other into believing that this game was the greatest freaking thing since sliced bread and fucking whatever is up there, sliced bread in the wheel. To our players, thank you. for nothing, you bitch ass niggas. Y'all ain't give a shit. Why XDefiant players deserve less. From the bottom of my heart, I want to express my deepest gratitude for the incredible community that has grown around XDefiant. Your passion, creativity, and dedication have inspired us every step of the way. With the almost love and respect, I mean, it's big. Yeah, I know. Fuck nigga, you can clap it up. W acting. Yeah, it feels like you was listening to his voice for real. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need the Ubisoft article after reading this shit. But yeah, he goes more into the tweet there. Meanwhile, any player who purchased the Ultimate, acknowledging the game's progress, Ruben expressed how proud he was of the development team for sticking to their guns. I find it funny that they said that, because that's why they died, because they stuck to their guns. They didn't listen to anybody actually trying to help. Excuse me. People who are actually giving them real legitimate real legitimate feedback and advice, those weren't the people they were listening to. Like I said a second ago, they were listening to them and their community. They were on one accord like this. They was twinning them when it came to gaslighting each other on, oh, this game's not that bad. If you just look past, it's like, no, bitch, this game is bad. You're just coping with it. You're just saying you're tolerating it when you say, nah, it's not that bad. If you have to say it's not that bad, you're tolerating. Of course, news of XDefiant's demise comes just weeks after its most recent update from Ruben, who argued the game wasn't going away anytime soon, which I'm not sure. Y'all could go back and check the Carfax, but I remember saying that shit's a lie. About long-term support for the FPS, at this stage, leakers had already unearthed all sorts of planned content, including crossover with the likes of Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, and more. That's even more sad. Like, I don't understand how they made an FPS game where they didn't have not only did they not have Splinter Cell in it, but they didn't put their most their biggest franchise, their cash cow in it. Your most popular franchise and the franchise that people are crying for you to bring back the most, you didn't put either one of those two in there? That's crazy to me. On the back of Pack Defiance in, Ubisoft studios around the globe have been impacted. Over 200 employees are reportedly being laid off as they close their San Francisco and Osaka offices. That's actually a surprisingly small amount for XDefiant, but you know, this was a side team game that they thought they was going to be able to make a quick buck off of, but you see where that went. Half of the remaining XDefiant team will be transitioned onto other projects, according to an insider. XDefiant was initially touted as a rival to Activision's FPS juggernaut Call of Duty. Yeah, a lot of people were doing what they did with this FPS, which I'm gonna really need y'all niggas to stop doing this. Stop calling every game that comes out the such and such killer. Every platform fighter does not have to be the Smash killer. Every FPS is not going to be and does not have to be the COD killer, okay? Please, stop. Stop comparing shit. Let games be their own things. Even though in XDefiant's case, I will give you a pass because they directly compared themselves, let themselves directly get compared to Call of Duty. And for this one specifically, like I said, a lot of what they were marketing it as, they weren't, I don't think they directly said it, but if you read or heard their marketing material, you know they were basically saying we're bringing back the good old days of Call of Duty. And it's like, yo, those good old days that you think are good old days are just you not remembering the bad times because your nostalgia goggles are tightened too tight to your head. So not only are you looking through nostalgia goggles, your brain ain't getting the proper amount of blood flow because the tight ass strap on them goggles got your brain fucking mashed together like this, and you floating up a little bit because it's creating spatial air in your head and everything. It's like, bro, it's not the W you think it's gonna be, boss man. Built from the ground up as a free-to-play first-person shooter, it had turbulent development with multiple delays on its path to early 2024 release. When the game finally landed, it did so with a wide range of bugs and performance issues, but nonetheless struck a chord with the smaller audience. Which, that's the last paragraph I'm gonna read, and in case you're not understanding what they're saying, they delayed this game and held this game back for a very, very long time just to release it and it still be ass. So it's like, damn, you delayed this game 20 times just to kill it in less than a year? Crazy. Talking about something that hasn't been killed, let's talk about some games that haven't been killed in less than a year though. Let's talk about the Game Awards Official Players Voice Award, where they are giving us 30 different nominees and we can lock in our top 10 games out of these choices. Okay, that's not helping. So, oh, I gotta sign in to vote. Let me sign in. Boom, 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 boom.